Hello, and welcome to the latest education video interview as part of our International Education and Schools Fair. We're talking today about deepening collaboration, integrating sustainability and community partnerships at ISKL. And here with me today, I have Isiane Razali, Service and Sustainability Manager, and Crystal Van Dyke, Marketing and Community Engagement Lead. Hello, both of you.
Hello.
Lovely to see you. And in this session, we're going to discover how the International School of Kuala Lumpur, ISKL, weaves sustainability into the very fabric of daily school life and its curriculum. We'll explore how the faculty, operation team, and students collaborate to champion an environmental ethos, from campus-wide initiatives like Earth Week to classroom learning. So welcome to you both. So it'd be nice to hear briefly from both of you what your job role is and how important it is to you. So shall we start with you, Isiane? You're the Service and Sustainability Manager.
Hi, Fiona. So basically, what I do in school, I'm actually Service and Sustainability Manager and also ISKL Eco School Coordinator. So what I do, I act as a bridge between operation and also teaching and learning. I provide information about what resources we have in the school that can help teachers or educator for their student learning purposes. And also I guide the school for participation in Eco School accreditation.
Brilliant, thank you. And Crystal, can you tell us a bit about your role?
I am part of the advancement team. I also lead the events here at school, working closely with parents as well as students and staff. And I'm part of the Service and Sustainability Committee.
Brilliant, great. So we're going to have a conversation today, obviously, about sustainability and environmental, but also along the way, if you tell us a bit about the school and the curriculum, the size, the children, and we talk about how sustainability and environment impacts all age ranges. So I think I'm right in thinking that children as young as 3 can join and
Yes,
go
that's
right up to K-12.
17, 18, yeah.
17, 18. Great. So that's a huge range. And what is the number of children at the school, roughly?
Around 1,876 students.
Wow, a lot of
Over,
students.
From prep reception to grade 12.
and we have over 70 nationalities.
Over 70. Brilliant. And then you've got a beautiful campus and a very impressive school, which I think has won sustainability awards. So how far does the campus stretch?
We are 25 acre of school.
Brilliant. So lot of space and a lot of environmental things to explore for all age ranges. So shall we start with the environmental ethos and service learning that prepares students to be responsible global citizens? Because that's a phrase people and parents are very keen on, what a global citizen means. And that, I think, starts from the very small children right through the school. So who would like to start with that?
I can answer that question. At ISKL, we want our student to be responsible citizen of the world. So we believe everything start with taking care of oneself. When the student understand who they are and are able to care for oneself, it is easier for them to care for others and also take care of the place that they live in. Once a student know this, they can bring wherever they go in life. This is embedded in ISKL guiding statement. We also have a global competency that we teach our students, where our students need to be curious and investigate the world around them. And they also need to recognize different perspective, because we all come from different background. And also they need to know how to communicate their idea clearly to others, and also being able to make ethical decision and actions. So speaking of action, there are different type of action that our students are learning in their curriculum, which are linked to this competency. These are direct and indirect service, shared research, and also advocacy.
And that vision statement is know yourself, care for all, and create a better world.
Yes.
Yes.
And that, yeah, and people dip in your website and it's all over it, but and then plenty of videos and explanations about how that is embedded right through the school. That's really, really helpful. So, how do you successfully embed sustainability both into the campus operations, like waste minimization or achieving green flag accreditation, into the curriculum across all the different areas?
Okay, I can start first. Our curriculum integrates social emotional learning with practical action and encourage students to address real world challenge through UN SDG. From elementary to high school, the program emphasizes leadership development, reflection, and also community partnership to foster our student for empathy and environmental stewardship. We also working with Aaron Moniz from Inspire Citizen to enhance our global citizen education program.
Yeah, so it's not just about textbooks. Through our various co curriculum programs, the students are able to apply their skills. A great example is our gardening club for middle and high school. Um, it's not just about getting their hands dirty, it's a full garden to table journey. The students actually grow the vegetables and fruits, they harvest them, and then they take those exact ingredients into their cooking class. It even went to the point where the advancement department was hosting a special event one day, and they had asked the middle school students, could you make something that could give us gifts to the guests? And the middle school students made pesto using the basil they grew in their garden. And then they put them in these cute mini jars, which we then gave away as door gifts at the event.
Yeah, I taste one and it's quite delicious.
Yeah,
So they're really seeing it through, yes, right from the beginning.
yeah,
Yes, great.
yeah, yeah.
I can share from operational perspective how we embedded sustainability. So basically here, what we experience, we have a few vendor that we outsource, such as housekeeping and also gardener. So what we do, when we make contract with them, we need to make sure we put a clause that they need to support us with our sustainability action. Believe
Right.
me, Luna, if we don't do it, when we want them to help us, they will say like, no, that's not my job. Really. So so for example, how our vendor helped us with our sustainability action is that like our student, after they finish eating, they need to separate their food waste. So after they separate their food waste, our various vendor will help to collect, weigh the food waste, and take a part of it and put inside our composting machine. So this machine can turn food waste into compost within 24 hours. So here,
Wow.
oh, 24 hours. So we use that compost for our landscaping and also with
Lessons.
our lessons. And then what I noticed between student learning and operation is that is a two-way street where actually student can learn from operation when they experience the process themselves, and we operation also actually learning from the student when they ask us a lot of questions and what they learn in class. So I noticed this when there is one time, I think many years back, where I went to one of elementary school, prep junior, I think around 3, 4 years old. So we are talking about composting, and then this kid they ask me a lot of questions, like, where can we see this, what is that, what is food waste. And then that is where I noticed that the students from little, they are learning about sustainability, but we don't have that in operation. That's made me realize that we need to do something about it. And then from there, we create a campaign all over the school where we need to prepare the bins, the recycle bins, the food waste bin, and then we get students to station there during lunchtime, and then need to teach every kids how to separate their food waste. And then from there, now we still practice the food waste separation at canteen.
So
Yeah.
it has a real ripple effect throughout the
Oh,
school. That
yeah,
is
because
very
of that
meaningful.
question.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe they're taking it home and doing it as a home as well.
Ah.
Not only the children and parents, but also the people who are working in operations. So that's great.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So we also have a service and sustainability committee that brings key teachers from elementary, middle, and high school, as well as staff across the operational department. So, like Izzian and myself, we're part of that service and sustainability committee. Throughout the year, we meet several times to discuss each divisional service action plans, service and sustainability action plans, and we share updates on current and new processes. And then we get to share, celebrate successes, and sometimes address challenges together. Because our school is large and complex, these meetings are valuable touch points for us to coordinate our efforts for one shared purpose. Yeah.
Mm. And do you get the parents involved as well? Do you get the message out to the parent community?
The parents are supporting through the students. So they help with sometimes recycling. We have once a month a recycling center
Mm-mm.
held by, I think, high school students.
Mm-mm.
And that's when families can actually come onto the campus and drop all the recyclable materials on our campus. And then our operational team will arrange the recycling team to come and get
Mm-mm.
it.
And
Yeah.
then, just to add, we have one big event led by parents. We call it International Fest. It's like parents cooking something and they sell something. What I experience when they want to cook, they produce a lot of plastic and so on. So they will partner with operational team to make sure that all their recyclable item being recycled.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the containers are recyclable, made from recyclable
Yeah.
materials,
Mm-mm.
so that they can take it away.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So obviously there's deep collaboration as well as with the teachers. So this brings sustainability to life, I assume, with the whole team effort. So how do you share different departments, the operations, the facilities, and how do they collaborate with the teachers to run major initiatives such as Earth Week? And perhaps you can explain what that is and what's involved.
Okay. So if a teacher or a student club has a service project or sustainability initiative, they don't have to feel like they're out on their own trying to reinvent the wheel. There's a structure in place where they talk to key people like Izian or myself. Because we are from the operational side of the school and we potentially have insights across all the divisions, they reach out to us for operational support to integrate in their learning experience. And we can, of course, share what others have done in the past. And we're all interconnected one way or another, even with our service and sustainability committee members. Knowledge gets transferred over time from people to people, especially through our service and sustainability committee meetings. So that's why our students and teachers are never really alone when it comes to planning a student
Mm.
learning experience.
Mm-mm. And then to build on Crystal point, together, whenever we have an activity, teacher and I will coordinate the how, the when, the where, and the what, so that we can make sure the activity support both the learning experience and also safety matter. For example, recently we have grade 5 water tour in ISKL. So what we do, the grade 5 is actually 12, 11 to 12-year olds students. So what they do, they need to learn how ISKL manage water. We need to bring them to our rooftop where they can see, where nobody can go there except maintenance team, so they can see all the recycled water tank. They can see a cooling tower is a part of ecosystem where they use recycled water. And also they see how we captured rainwater for harvesting. And after that we bring them to ground floor to see a filtration system from our fish pond. So because of they want to see the system embedded on the ground, we need to lift the wooden plank. When we lift the wooden plank, it can cause high risk for students where they can fall. That is where me, teachers, and teachers, we working together with operational team and also risk management team to make sure that all these flow processes are safe for everybody. And if you don't mind, I can share you another example how we collaborate.
Yes.
And this one is where students action change our our operation activity. Okay, this is when we have last time, I think around before COVID, 6 years ago, we have a group of high school students around 16 to 18 years old, where they built satellite compost. We call it satellite compost. Is actually a circular wire mesh. We put pillar and then we place it on the ground. So how we use this compost is for our gardener to put their gardening waste, like grass clipping, dry leaf, and we leave it there, and it will naturally turn into compost, maybe within 3 months to 6 months. So how this activity happen is when a teacher noticed that in our school, 25 acre, we only have two satellite compost. It's not enough. We have around almost 400 trees and 9,000 shrub. So when the teacher give out the idea, this group of students volunteer to help, and then they get help from facilities department to provide the wire mesh and the tool, and also gardener team to teach the students how to use it, and the students really make it themselves. So imagine students idea actually can help our operation team operate more efficient, because they notice that, hey, we need more of this satellite compost bin. Mm.
Yes,
Yeah.
fantastic. And obviously, that's something they could take home to their gardens at home as well.
Yeah, and it's very cost effective as well. We can use
Yes.
a recyclable pillar, our bamboo tree. Yeah.
All of these activities happen during Earth Week. And Earth Week is a week of where we celebrate, of course, Mother Earth in many ways. And each topic's curriculum are learned through various of the divisional grades. So what Isian gave examples are of the activities, pockets of activities during Earth Week throughout the whole school. And advancement, we're part marketing as well. So we capture all these lovely initiatives and activities, and we share that with our community.
And what month of the year is Earth Week held?
April.
Yeah.
April. And that's schools around the world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
brilliant. Wow, fascinating. So, setting up community partnerships, that's another topic,
Yes.
which will be of interest. So, how does the school collaboratively vet and establish these partners in learning, which I think are NGOs, to ensure that the UN Sustainability Development Goals provide benefits? And perhaps one of you could describe briefly for those who don't know what just some of the initiatives are and some of the sustainability goals that you're concentrating on.
Yeah. So, what really makes a difference here is our community partnership guideline. It helps connect our school and our local partners in a way that's meaningful and lasting. So, in that guideline, it consists of our guiding statements, our vision, our mission, and our values. And it spells out exactly what club advisors, usually staff or teachers, and students are responsible for when working directly with these local partners. It sets clear expectations for everyone involved, so that they know how to communicate. So that they know, for one, how to communicate, because at ISKL, we strongly encourage all our students to use Google Chat here instead of WhatsApp when messaging anyone internally or externally. Second, keeping everyone safe. So that includes being aware of child protection as well. So, for example, not posting images of refugee children that they work closely with on social media. And number three, it's making sure that they're establishing their connections for learning opportunities so that it's clear how many touch points per academic year there are between the students and the partners so that they can plan activities ahead of time. And we keep the list of these list of trusted community partners, like you mentioned. They are NGOs and charities that we've built over the years through our community. Some parts of the curriculum is linked to the UN SDG goals, and we work with a range of partners to give the students real life experience. So, for example, there is a high school club here called CFEC, Children Future Education Center, where the high school students collaborate with Refugee Center for Little Kids. And our high school students regularly host them on campus. They come every Tuesday, and they love teaching the kids not only subjects that they learn at school like maths, English. They also do gardening activities in the eco garden just to help them and teach them something about sustainability. And then they throw Christmas parties on an annual basis on our campus. And even our high school students go to their center and do some activities over there. Um, so the high school students and the children love this exchange of learning. Um, and this is an example where these high school students are exposed to the SDG 3, which is about good health and well being, and SDG 4, which is quality education. And if I can just tell you what the United Nations SDG is about, if
Yes, do.
second. Um, yeah, so the UN SDG goals, also known as the 2030 Agenda from United Nations, they're a collective of 17 interlinked global goals designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. So there are aspects of topics that targets the 2030 agenda that the UN
Brilliant.
has.
So, Isian, have you got anything to add to what Crystal told us?
Yeah, yes, I do. So rather than having too many service partner that we collaborated with inconsistently, we decided to evaluate them and keep an intentional list only. We keep this list because we believe it helps us to build deeper and meaningful relationship across all division, and we will renew this annually. Whenever someone in ISKL nominates a new organization for us to partner with, we will consider a few factors such as breadth of experience, meaning to say that we look into this organization experience dealing with children, what is their background, and also who is their stakeholder, and also whether there will be a long-term impact on the community, and whether this organization has multiple points of collaboration, meaning to say that they can work with all elementary to high school, not only like one division only, but they can work with all. Also, we look into reciprocal benefit because we want both our ISKL students and also our service partner benefit from this relationship. And last but not least, the important thing is we want to see whether this organization can provide quality of learning opportunity, because we want our student to experience what it means to be part of a supportive community. They develop a real world skill while actually they contributing in useful and sustainable way to local community indeed. And also, we have a memorandum of understanding between ISKL and our service partner to make sure that both of us are on the same page. Yeah.
And your students will have take that away for life, hopefully.
Indeed.
Excellent. So, tell us a bit more about student club advisors and and how operational staff collaborate to empower the students to safely and meaningfully um, participate in these community services and fundraising initiatives.
At school, I also take on the events management role. So my team and I regularly support high school students, sometimes club advisors, as they plan and run their fundraising initiatives. We help them understand how operational teams work at school so they know who to approach for different types of support, whether it's booking a space, managing payments, finding food menus within their budget, or coordinating logistics. It helps them to take charge of their own projects, and know who to go to seek that support. Let me give you an example. There's a high school service and sustainability council, which is student led. A club advisor is linked directly to them and they oversee and guide their activities. And every year they host the youth summit right here on campus. Um, the students are the ones making key decisions. So, choosing which schools to invite to come as guests, finding speakers for the summit, figuring out who's going to handle the emails and the calls. And then when it comes to funding, they use existing sponsorship packages, and they email and pitch out to these companies themselves. So when the event team comes in, we just guide them to think about layouts, signages, what sort of food they want to cater. By understanding their agenda or flow of event, then they'll be able to see what type of tech support that they need, um, and also think about the guest and speaker hospitality when they arrive on campus. So these are just some of the behind the scene examples we guide the students through, and helps them to develop these organizational skills and gives them the confidence to host more events in the future.
And I think from dipping into your website, you've got a huge number of clubs and activities that people can participate in, which all links back to your curriculums and your service mission. So
Absolutely.
that's fantastic. Did you want to add anything to that, Isian?
Yes, I do. I want to share that I also work closely with students, especially that does a CAS project. CAS project is actually a program for grade 11 and grade 12 students, around 16 to 18 each. This program fall under international baccalaureate diploma.
Right.
So basically, this student need to come up with an idea where this idea actually can benefit other people. For example, I supervise student that want to build birdhouse, or they want to build benches or container, or even chicken coop. We have chicken coop in ISKL that they made from recyclable material, like for example glass, and also
Bottles.
glass bottle. And also, I have students who want to build a black soldier fly larvae house. It's actually, we put food waste inside and the larvae eat the food waste. It's actually a project where they want to minimize our food waste. So basically, when they come with this idea, usually students do not know what to do and who to contact. So I will guide them with their planning and resources where they can find recyclable material in the school, and also how they want to execute the project, where they can go, what can they do, and so on. Usually, once they have clear direction, the student can do wonders. Yeah.
Well, it all sounds really exciting and a great way of building entrepreneurial skills and emotional intelligence and really practical experience that will give them those future fit roles in the future. Amazing. Great. And a lot of STEM subject expertise coming in as well
Yes.
across the various different
Mm.
disciplines. So I think it's been a fascinating conversation. I can really see how the whole environmental sustainability ethos is embedded across the whole school. So perhaps you can just summarise by giving us one thing that is really special about ISKL's approach to sustainability and for the students' lifelong learning development as well.
I can start first. For me, because learning goes beyond classroom, where student learning can be integrated with our eco buildings, our sustainable building system, our green spaces, our tree and landscape, and even our animal on campus. Here we have animals such as ducks, fishes, and also turtles. Just for your information, we have a few classes that tied up with our students' learning units, such as we have duck classes, we have turtle classes, we have tractor classes, we have electricity tour, water tour, and also like eco garden tour, eco pond tour. So basically, these are examples that classes we have, which every year they need, whenever they go for that learning unit, they need to go for this tour on campus. And also, through the activity that I've been involved in over the past year, I can feel and see a strong sense of caring in ISKL. The students are always curious and they want to do something and they want to take action. This is when we as adults, we can support them in making them realize that actually they can make a difference.
Yeah.
Mm.
She said it all. Um, but I think I think ISKL is unique because of our vision and our mission, in the sense that we really do feel that the students, once the students know how to care, know about themselves, know how to care for themselves in terms of well-being, then they're able to care for others as they interact with all walks of life, and then take care of the place they live in, as that impacts the world. So make the world a better place, so that they can bring these beliefs and values wherever they go in life.
Brilliant. Well, it seems to be a very empowering environment, and thank you very much for sharing all these insights with us. So, thank you very much indeed to
Thank
Izzy Ann Razali, Service and Sustainability Manager at ISKL, and Crystal Van Dyke, Marketing and Communication Engagement Lead. Thank you so much for sharing everything with us. And you can catch details of our two speakers in the bios here and how to find out more information about ISKL. So thank you very much again for joining us.
Thank you
So
very much for
Thank
having
you.
us.
it's been a real pleasure. So I've learned a lot more about sustainability, and it's so great to see such enthusiasm, and do enjoy the wonderful pictures and dip into ISKL's wonderful website. So this has been part of our series of education and schools interviews. Thank you very much for joining us. Relocate Global and Think Global People is a multimedia supplying lots of resources and content to support education, global mobility, and international leadership. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.